From the beginning of this crisis, Donald Trump has been saying a lot of not smart things. He said the coronavirus will disappear like a miracle. He said people had nothing to lose by experimenting with hydroxychloroquine. And he even said that the virus can't see you if you don't move. I think he was confusing it with Jurassic Park. But a few days ago, as you've probably heard by now, President Trump created shockwaves of stupidity with his latest and probably greatest unlicensed medical opinion yet.
President Trump offering new but unproven suggestions of how to kill COVID-19 in patients using UV rays and injecting disinfectants such as bleach and alcohol.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. And then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning, so that you're going to have to use medical doctors with? But it sounds interesting to me.
This is maybe the first time in documented history that we've seen someone not thinking out loud. Injecting disinfectant into your body. This is the problem when the dumbest person in the room thinks they're the smartest person. You know, Trump is like Neville Longbottom, but with Hermione's confidence. And I almost don't even blame Trump, because there's no way he even understands what bleach is. Like, do you think Donald Trump has ever cleaned anything in his life? Do you think he's ever actually used disinfectant? Cleaning supplies might as well be magical potions to him. I dropped a hamburger on the carpet. Then some Mexican lady came in with some Clorox, sprayed it on the carpet, said some spell in Spanish, and then it was gone. Now, as crazy as the disinfectant line was, I don't think we should be so quick to dismiss Trump's UV light idea. Because Trump spends most of his time under UV lights, and other than looking like hickory smoked bacon, he's the healthiest man in the world. I mean, he's even outlived Kim Jong-un, a man half his age. Prove me wrong, Kim. If you're still alive, follow me back on Twitter. Now, if you're some random guy on the internet with 12 followers, you can say shit like this, and it really doesn't matter. You can say whatever you want about coronavirus. But Donald Trump is not just some random guy. Donald Trump was the star of Celebrity Apprentice. People listen to what he says. So his suggestion about injecting people with a disinfectant has had a massive fallout.
The suggestion of ingesting disinfectants, something that would be dangerous and even deadly, has sparked a backlash. Lysol's parent company issued a statement saying, quote, "Under no circumstances should our disinfectant products be administered into the human body."
We have heard from emergency management in various states that they have had a remarkable uptick in the number of calls, mostly, thankfully, from people who are just calling to see whether it's true, whether they should consume or ingest disinfectants.
We had hundreds of calls in our hotline here in Maryland about people asking about injecting or ingesting these disinfectants, which is hard to imagine that people thought that was serious, but people actually were thinking about this. Was this something you could do to protect yourself?
Yep, this is where we are now. Authorities have to respond to the president's ideas the same way they do to viral TikTok challenges. And honestly, I love that people were actually calling their local health departments to ask if they should try to cure themselves with disinfectants. Because that means that even the people who are dumb enough to drink bleach are still smart enough not to trust something Donald Trump said. I mean, I was gonna do it, but now that he said it, I'm not so sure. Now, as always, when Trump says something insane about the coronavirus, it puts his team of doctors in a tight spot, because they have to try and correct him without embarrassing him. And no one tries harder than Dr. Burks.
You didn't believe the president was putting anybody in danger, did you? You know, when he gets new information, he likes to talk that through out loud and really have that dialogue. And so that's what dialogue he was having. I think he just saw the information at the time, immediately before the press conference, and he was still digesting that information.
Bravo, Dr. Burks. Bravo. It is a great defense to not use the word dumb, but just describe what being dumb is to describe Trump. She's like, no, of course the president is not a stupid man. He's just a man who thinks that night happens when God turns the sun off. Now, while Dr. Burks was trying to soften the blow, most of Trump's defenders, they were doubling down. Oh, you liberals missed the point. Trump is thinking outside the box. This is actually a genius idea when you think about it. But this was priceless. After Trump's supporters spent the entire day defending him, the president went back on TV to make his fans look like idiots too.
Could you clarify your comments about injections of disinfectant? They're quite...
No, I was asking a question sarcastically to reporters like you, just to see what would happen. Now, disinfectant for doing this, maybe on the hands, would work. And I was asking the question of the gentleman who was there yesterday, Bill, but I was asking a very sarcastic question to the reporters in the room about disinfectant on the inside. But it does kill it, and it would kill it on the hands, and that would make things much better. That was done in the form of a sarcastic question to the reporters.
Okay, come on. We all saw Trump's presser, and we all know it wasn't sarcasm. Sarcasm is when you make fun of something by saying the opposite of what you mean. You can't just use that as an excuse for when you messed up. My final answer is B. I'm sorry, that's wrong. I was just being sarcastic. I can't believe you thought that that was my final answer. Like of all time? Wow. I'm gonna go with C. Actually, sarcasm again? Let's try A, and if not, sarcasm means it's D. And my favorite part of that excuse was how Trump tried to have it both ways at the same time. Because he says his suggestion was sarcastic, but then he immediately goes on to explain why it also makes sense. Trump suggests injecting bleach the way other people try and float a threesome. Obviously, I'm joking, babe. I don't want a threesome with Johnny. I'm just, unless he's into, but no, it was just a joke. Come on. You're all I need. And Johnny, just joking. So, now we've learned something new from Donald Trump. While the nation is tuning into these briefings for accurate information, Trump is just testing out his newest comedy material and pulling everyone's leg.
Supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light. Then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do, either through the skin or in some other way. And then I see the disinfectant, where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning, because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number on the lungs, so it'd be interesting to check that.
The one upside of this whole debacle is that Donald Trump has given Americans the perfect excuse for electing him. Because when all of this is over, and other countries are asking Americans, how the hell did you elect Donald Trump? Americans can be like, no, dude, we were just being sarcastic. Well, that's our show for tonight. But before we go, the COVID pandemic has devastated communities around the world. But the International Medical Corps is helping those communities rebuild and recover. So if you are able to help in any way, and you want to join their global outreach, please donate whatever you can. And if you'd like to support the response, specifically in New York City where we're so hard hit, please donate to the NYC Healthcare Heroes who are providing care packages to our healthcare workers, hospitals, and temporary medical facilities. Until tomorrow, though, stay safe out there, wash your hands, and remember, any food can be pudding if you wait long enough.